What's up, SteelerNation? Welcome. Happy to see and hopefully hear from all of you all tonight, as this is definitely a slightly different show tonight in terms of the mood. But we're going to try to keep things going and moving the best we can. So again, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, live from the Steel Basement, aka the virtual Hinesfield, as you see it all around me. Man, quite the somber show. Quite an unexpected weekend. If you're like me, it's kind of been on your mind all of the days following the news. We're not going to start with that. You know, that's going to be my main topic. And we'll get to that. So, you know, definitely cool seeing everyone's, you know, rest in peace and all of that, because that's definitely in order. Let me say this too, and I'm going to say this later on in the show when more people are viewing. I will not, and I am not, tolerating any Dwayne Haskins slander or disrespect during this show. It's not going to happen, because there's some very unhuman being-like people that do that type of thing, that talk about the dead. I don't understand that. I just don't. You know, and we're all welcome to believe what we believe, but I just don't understand it. I never will. So like I said, there will be no slander of Dwayne Haskins. There will be no talking down on Dwayne Haskins. Let me go out on a limb and say there will not be any Gil Brandt moments here tonight. It ain't happening. And if any of you guys see that, please let me know, because we'll get it out of here. There's no place for that. But anyway, man, let's start the show. Like I said, I'm going to get through my quick topics, and that's going to be my last topic. And also, you know, I'm opening up the phone calls, man, in case some of you guys want to call in. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. You know, this is. What do they say? You laugh to keep from crying. You know, this is really an effect with this situation. And again, regardless of how you felt about him, but I'll dive into it. But let's say what's up to the early commenters, man. Hello, the real Missy 868. Hello, Miss Lady. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate that. First commenter of the night. And I apologize, guys, for being a little bit late. You know, I was running a little bit behind tonight. And like I said, if I'm not going to be extremely late, I don't see the need for me to take time to post on Twitter, because while I'm doing that, I could be hurrying up, right? So I was just a little bit late, man. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. So with me saying that, excuse me posting the advertisement, if you will, of the show was late. So, you know, I didn't give you guys as much time to be the first commenters. Real facts, Charlie Brown, Mr. ABS. Hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing, Miss Lanisha? Thank you for coming through as well, Miss Lady. I think I thanked you last week, but in case I didn't, I want to thank you again for the donation that you gave outside of YouTube. I always appreciate you when you do that, because I definitely understand and realize that you don't have to. So I definitely appreciate you for that, Lanisha. The real deal, Mr. Winningham, how you doing this evening, sir? Good to see you like always. Jack Bauer, Vista Light, Black Thanos. Every time I say that name, I love that name, man. That's a dope one. Black Thanos in the building. Ernest Grice, Jared Devil, Brian Williams, Stephen Carpenter, and Miss Debbie. Hello, Miss Debbie. I talked to Miss Debbie via email a little earlier today. Well, I wrote back to her, and I mentioned it in the email, and I'm going to put myself on Front Street right here. Debbie sent me an email on the 5th, and somehow I didn't see it, or I looked past it. I just responded to it today. So, Debbie, I'm sorry about that. You know I usually don't do that. But definitely appreciated the idea. And we're going to mention that here tonight as well. And, you know, I'm going to loosely mention Debbie's idea. I'm giving her full credit for it. We kind of brushed over it, I think, when Debbie and Destiny were on. but it was one of you guys' idea in the chat. But we'll get to it. So I'm going to mention that here in just a moment. Also, I see my brother Kenyon in the building. Didn't get a chance to text Kenyon earlier, but usually y'all know this is when Kenyon and myself, we do our birthday show. You know, Kenyon's birthday is tomorrow, the 13th. My birthday is Friday, the 15th. So happy birthday to both of us. You know, it sounds funny wishing yourself happy birthday, right? But I didn't do that show tonight, and my bad, Kenyon. I meant to text you earlier and mention it, but the only reason why I didn't do it this particular night, because just in case some of you all wanted to call, due to the situation, I wanted to at least give you guys that option. So that's the reason why Kenyon is not here, but y'all know Kenyon will be here draft night. We gonna make it happen. Speaking of draft night, Debbie asked me if I would be doing the gaming podcast that night as well. I don't think so. And I'm going to mention that to my brother Smitty, my good buddy Smitty there. I'm going to let him know that night I'm going to try to dedicate everything to this show because we don't know at what point in the draft the Steelers will be picking. So like last year, I didn't expect any move-ups. I did 1 hour of that show, and then I jumped on here with you all. Can't play that game this year. So Kenyon and I will be there live, man, draft night. A few more names, and then we'll have at it. Diane, I don't want to butcher your name. I see you're in Bloomsburg, PA, another Pennsylvanian there. I'm going to try it. Guzovic? Or is it Guzovich? So please give me the phonetic spelling, but hello, welcome, Diane. Again, I don't want to assume this is 2002, but I'm just going off of your name there. I'm guessing you may be another lady, so we take time and, we give ladies the proper respect that you all deserve. So we want to give you a special hello and welcome. Who else? Rajan 39. Good buddy Rajan, my man Y Diggy in the building as well. Cut Boy 412 in the building. All right, we'll go ahead and get right to it, man. And thank you all for the birthday wishes, man. Really, really appreciate that. So, she said, great job. You did good. I tried. Because, listen, your name is important, folks. Your name is important. So make sure people say your name correctly and make sure they know your name. That's one of the things that you do own, so to speak. I mean, I know that's deep-rooted too, but your name and your word, those are two of the things that you can bank on. So make sure people get your name right. Let's get into it, man. Couple quick comments and thoughts before I dive into the main topic there. And it really hurts me to have to do that, man. But yeah, it is what it is. But first thing, and shout outs to Steelers Depot. I got one or two of these topics here from Steelers Depot. A lot of times what I try to do is look for interesting things, not really the headline stuff, unless it's stuff that I know you guys want to talk about. But I like reading different blogs, and, I thoroughly respect Steelers Depot. So, they have a lot of that intricate information that not everyone always knows. So every now and then I'll read over there and find something interesting, and I think that we all would like to discuss. So I thought this was definitely a very, very interesting one. Former Falcons executive. He was an executive back in 2003 for the Falcons. Ray Anderson. Ray Anderson has said the NFL should remove the name Rooney from the Rooney Rule. That is interesting. Excuse me. Give me a second. Just take a quick sip of water. Again, Ray Anderson is saying that they should remove Rooney from the Rooney Rule, remove that name, because the gist of it is he's saying that it's not living up to what Mr. Rooney, Dan Rooney, and the Rooney family stood for and what they wanted that rule to be. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say I agree. The rule is definitely not lived up to what I guess their expectations was. Has it lived up to having these interviews and putting the mandate in place? Yes. But also, has it given teams and organizations the ability to just meet the mandate? Also, yes. So it's bogus. But I think that's admirable, man, for someone like this to just come out and say, nah, man, take his name off of that, because that's not what they wanted. So the reason why I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention, man, is it goes to show you the type of family that is basically has owned the team that we all love and the type of people that they are. Now, y'all know me. I always keep it real. I'm keeping 100 at all times. Do we know for a fact that they're great people? No, we don't know them personally. So there's always that side of things that people can say, well, maybe some people are just doing enough to make it appear. I don't know. But I have to mention that because some people are going to argue my point of saying that they're good people. All I know is whether we're seeing the truth or not, what they have shown us in the public eye is they are a good, decent family. Speaking of the Rooneys. And for someone else that is not even a Rooney saying you should take that man's name off of the rule, I think, again, that goes further to let you know what type of person Dan Rooney was, what type of people the Rooneys are, and just sharing my thoughts, man. I definitely agree that I think they should go away from, call it something else, because it's clearly, and a lot of people have made it clear that it's not doing what the Rooney family intended for that rule to be. And also, I'm going to say, listen, to me, it's always equal opportunity for everyone. Everyone should get the job based on their merit and whether they deserve it and their credentials. It should not matter what their race or creed is. But the reason why this is even a topic, folks, is because, unfortunately, minorities haven't always gotten the fair share. So that's why we discuss this. It's not about, you just wanted to be this. No, it ain't about that. Most people just want to be equal. That's it. That's all it's about. It's all it's about. So, yeah, I agree with Ray Anderson there. Very good job there. But anyway, let me go to the next topic, guys, really, really quick here. Wait a minute. Let me see a comment here. Brian Williams says, just more work to do. Keep the name. Okay. Not mad at that either. Maybe some people, Steelers fans feel like that is another representation of the integrity or the character of the name. So you wanted to keep the name. So I'm not mad at that either. I could argue both sides. All right, what else do I got up here? Let's see. The latest odds are, or it shows that Tyrann Mathieu will be going to the Steelers. So the latest odds as far as where he may land and all of that currently now is saying that the Steelers are the most likely target, landing spot, et cetera, et cetera. So I spoke on this a week or so ago, and I'll speak on it again really quick. And I want you guys to definitely chime in on the comments. Listen, for the right price, I will go back on everything I said a week or two ago when I said I don't think he's a great fit in terms of him and Minka together. I still think that. But sometimes when you have a lot of talent, you throw it out there and see what sticks. So if you could get a Tyrann Mathieu type talent at the right price, am I willing as a Steelers fan to say, yeah, let's see if it'll work? Why not? What else do you have to lose? And the reason why I say that is at this very moment, we don't have a replacement for Terrell Edmunds. We don't know if Terrell Edmunds will make his way back. We don't know. Right now, we don't have a clear-cut favorite as a starting strong safety. Some people are saying you can find that guy in the draft. Okay, maybe you can, but guess what else is going to happen if you find him in the draft? That guy is a rookie. Okay? Rookies make mistakes. Rookies sometimes have to get thrown in the fire. I'm just saying, I'm not against it. I'm just saying, pick your poison. We don't know for sure if Carl Joseph can step in and be that guy. Can he play on the level of Terrell Edmunds? Even though I know some of you don't think Terrell Edmunds played well. Still, ask yourself, does Carl Joseph fill the void? We don't know. So the fact that we don't have a clear-cut answer, if you can get a talent like Tyrann Mathieu, okay, maybe you kick the tires on that. But even with me saying that, I still will stick to what I said a week or so ago. I don't think him and Minkah are a great match. Me personally. Just off of gameplay. Their style. I don't think that's a great pairing. Super talent, yes. But as far as how you would want to use them, I don't know. I don't know. I think you would see Minkah in the box a little more than Mathieu. Now, Mathieu, he's a physical guy. He can tackle here and there as well, but he is a smaller guy. So you might want to protect him a little more in terms of bringing him in the box. Maybe you use him in the box for key situations. I know Tyrann Mathieu has lined up as a nickel at times in coverage situations. So, like I said, if they did it, I'm sure the Steelers will try to scheme it up to where they can make it work. But, who knows? You might see another situation where it's a 3 safety set, when we go big nickel. If they want to bring in a guy like Joseph that's more, a little more of a thumper, right? And have Mathieu and Minkah play deep. I don't know. It's possibility. So I'll say this. If the Steelers were to sign him and if it makes sense money-wise, I'm sure they will scheme it up the right way. I'm just saying on the surface, it doesn't appear to be the best pairing. Those two guys. That's just my opinion. But if the Steelers decide to do it and the cost is right, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to root for it to be successful. And there you have it. So, but, that's the latest odds, per some, basically per some sources or what have you, they're saying that the latest odds are that's where he will end up. I don't know, guys. I really don't know, and really, really don't care that much, to be honest, because the Tyrann Mathieu thing doesn't excite me as it does with some others. Let's see. We do have looks like Lanisha has become a member again, I guess. Just her name just popped up there, so thank you for that, Miss Lanisha. Let's read Ralph Fax's comment, man. He says, wouldn't it be good since you can basically switch them on any play? Both of them can play any position in the secondary. Mathieu is good in the box and deep, so is Minkah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I really agree with that 100%. I feel like Mathieu can play in the box. I don't know if I would go as far as saying he's a good box safety. And maybe I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I consider Mathieu more of a ball skill, playmaker type of guy more so than sure tackler and things like that. I could be wrong. Again, I don't watch this guy 100% of the time or every year, so, but that's just my opinion. But again, like I said, I'm sure the Steelers would make it work. But I kind of feel like him and Minkah, because they're so similar, I don't know if it fits in the defense that we have known the Steelers to play for X amount of years. Now, again, maybe that means you re-scheme it. So that's always a possibility, but just my 2 cents. But hey, man, we got a donation. The infamous Tim, I really appreciate that round of applause. Oh, hold on. Round of applause isn't working, but I'm going to make it work. Hold on. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. Shout outs to Ray Charles. Here it is. Round of applause. Thank you. Appreciate it. He says, hey, Sim, been a fan for almost 5 years. First of all, thank you for that. Love your content. Thank you for that. I know it's way off topic. That's all right. But you donated, so you have the right to be off topic. He says, I know it's way off topic, but I have to go. Quick question. Do you believe the Steelers talked themselves into Malik Willis because we believe we don't have a shot at Pickett? I'm going to say no, only because I view it from this standpoint. I think they like Malik more than Pickett. Just my opinion. There's no way of me knowing that. But I kind of feel like if I read the tea leaves of what Mike Tomlin had been saying all season about mobile quarterback, we all debated what that mean. Did that mean a Lamar Jackson, or did that mean a Russell Wilson, or did that mean a Joe Burrow? Did that mean a Derek Carr? They're all mobile in their own right? So none of us knew what that meant. The Steelers signing Mitch Trubisky, I think that answered a little more of the question. So now, that's what you want to do. You want a guy who can definitely run the football if needed, and run play action, run boot action, run read option if necessary, be a part of the RPO. That, to me, would scream Malik Willis in this year's draft more than Pickett. I'm not saying Pickett can't do it. Pickett did some of that. But I'm thinking if that's where you're trying to go, you're going to go with the guy who probably has the ability, quote guys, ability to have the most upside. We don't know if he will or not. But when you look at what a talent he could develop into, which one of those guys could become elite if he gets it, it's Malik Willis with his speed, just with the way he runs, like the escapability and all of that, and the cannon arm. I mean, if you can hone all that in and work on his accuracy, work on his mechanics, and hone it all in, he has the biggest ceiling. So I would say the Steelers probably liked him more than they like Pickett. So that's the only reason why I would say no to that question. Not saying that I know the answer, but that's my only, that would be my only thought. Oh, man, I got my brother in the building in here. What's up, Kev? Appreciate you coming by. See, that's real love right there, guys. When family just come say hi, come check you out. I really love that. Let's see. Were there any other questions or comments about that last little topic before I move on? As far as Tyrann Mathieu, let me make sure I didn't miss one. I don't see any, so I think we can move. That is correct, Kenyon. Mathieu has lost a step. Let's not forget that, guys. He might not be Honey Badger anymore. He might just be a Badger. That's a stupid joke, I know, but y'all get it. Nothing else on Mathieu. All right, let's move on. And before we get to Dwayne Haskins, I want to talk about as well Chad Rueter from NFL Network. Or NFL.com is saying Ridder and Skyy Moore would be the best fits for the Steelers. Again, he says Desmond Ridder and Skyy Moore, wide receiver, would be the best fits for the Steelers. I'm not going to say what's the best fit and what's not, but I'm going to just ponder and throw an idea out at you guys and see you guys' responses. Would you guys, and again, let's put our fandom to the side for a moment as far as what we want. And let's just imagine something were to happen. How would we react to it? Question is, would you guys be upset if the Steelers come out of the draft, let's say the first 3 rounds, right? Preferably, in this case, you would prefer it to be second and third. If the Steelers come out of this draft in the first 3 rounds or so, and they have Desmond Ridder as a quarterback and Skyy Moore as a wide receiver, would you all be upset? Would you be upset about that? And if you would, I want to know why. And as I give you guys some time to reflect on that, let me just give you my thoughts. I have been on record saying, and if it happens, again, I don't toot my own horn or none of that. I don't even need no credit. I just want y'all to remember who said it first. I've been on record saying I have a feeling that the Steelers like Ridder more than some would think. Only because, again, I'm just reading tea leaves. And I feel like the Steelers know that whoever they draft, this guy is not necessarily the starter. It's someone that they need to build up. Someone that they feel like they needed to develop. And unfortunately, guys, when you're dealing with quarterbacks, I know some people say you wouldn't spend a first round on this guy and that guy. This is the business that we're in. NFL quarterbacks, the ones who are touted as the top prospects, they go in the first round, sometimes second. It just is what it is. That's what it's going to cost. I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers sat tight, they didn't move up in the draft, and they walked away with a guy like Ridder. Would I prefer him to do it at 20? I wouldn't. No, I don't prefer that, because I think if he's sitting there, you'll probably get him in the second round. But it's very possible. So I'm just thinking from a possible standpoint. It's possible that the Steelers don't move up to get Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, or if those are the two guys that we think they would move for. It's very possible that they sit tight and Ridder is there and they take a chance saying, listen, we got Mitch Trubisky for a reason. Let's get this kid, again, the Steelers. I'm not talking about us. I'm thinking Steeler brain. They might say, let's get this kid. We think we can develop him in a year or two. You know, he's pro ready. You know, he played in the big program. He was successful. He has some inconsistencies we got to fix, as with all of these quarterbacks. So what if the Steelers are looking at it like that? They snatch him. Then they find a way to get Skyy Moore. As I sit here today, I wouldn't be upset. I'm telling y'all what I'm saying. This is what I feel. I would not be upset if that happened. Because like I said, I am actually willing to accept that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in rebuild mode, and we may go through a few quarterbacks. I am one of the people who understands why Mitch Trubisky was brought in, and we'll see what he can do. I think he should be able to run Matt Canada's offense. How successful will he be? That's up to him. But it is very possible that they intend to use those 2 years with Mitch, or at least the first year with Mitch, and allow the rookie to sit and learn. And if you're going to do that, I personally think that you might not, listen to what I'm saying. I know y'all about to go crazy, but listen to what I'm saying. If you come into this with an idea of whoever we draft is going to sit, they're not going to start, I think the Steelers look at it that they can't miss with any of those guys, because none of them are the guy that we think starts year one. And if you're telling me that, Ridder could definitely fall in that mix. I just have a feeling that they like him. These guys went to every pro day for a reason. Just saying. The fact that the Steelers were at his pro day and both Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin was there, and we know that tradition where usually the first round pick comes from that, I would suggest you keep your eyes on all of those dudes. But I wouldn't be upset. Let me see what you guys say. Oh, somebody said Sam Howell. Yeah. We've been saying Howell could probably end up being there. What do you guys think? Let me see on the Ridder stuff. Nadrew says Wyatt and Ridder in the first round. Brian Williams said he would not be upset. I see some of you guys are saying trade for Jordan Love. No, Huntley, excuse me. Charlie Brown says y'all can't get caught up in these one-hit wonder quarterbacks when the NFL figure them out. They look average again. Yeah, man, but again, I'm not speaking from the fans' perspective. I'm just speaking from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is in the NFL, and this is how the NFL is currently conducting business. Don't let it surprise you. Steelers Baby says maybe not Ridder, but Moore. Yes, I would think we need a better wideout. I don't think we have a true solid wide receiver group. We need better wideouts. I mean, you know, Deontay Johnson is the number one guy if he can get himself together. But you do make a point. We definitely need a receiver. Vista Light says if we draft a QB, would the rookie start, benched, or compete for a starting position? He's not going to start, I don't think. I don't think any of these guys start. Not even Willis. Let's see. Ridder or Willis Pickett? No, that's what Dex says. Okay. But yeah, I'm just saying, man. That's an interesting, piece there that Chad Rueter put out there. Hey, you never know. It could end up being something like that. And honestly, I wouldn't be upset. So there you have it. But all right, guys, gonna get here to the worst part of the night, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, and then I'll grab whatever phone calls we have. Man, I really don't even want to talk about this. I feel like I have to, right? So, but first, before I do anything, I'm gonna do this twice. But before I even dive into it, let me cut off my music really quick. I want to give a moment of silence and a rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. God bless. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. Man, I can't even begin to explain to you guys how I feel about this. I have so many thoughts going through my head, and I'm going to be as open and real with you guys as I can so you guys can kind of see how I think and my thought process when it comes to certain things. First of all, I knew it wasn't a joke. I knew it was real because my cousin, who's like a big brother, cousin Floyd, sent me a text and said, Dwayne Haskins died last night, hit by a car. I knew instantly it wasn't a joke. You know why I knew it wasn't a joke? Because we don't joke like that. We not cut from that type of cloth. We not those type of dudes. It's not going to be a joke. He's not going to send me that text unless he saw it in a respectable outlet, put it up. So I was like, what? I literally wrote back, what? Really? So then I went, saw it for myself. And the story changed a couple times. It went from car accident to hit by a vehicle to possible car accident again to he got out of the car to do something to the car and he got clipped. All of these different stories, right? And then all of a sudden, the story that seems to be out there now is that he's hit by a dump truck. He was on I-595, and the way I'm understanding it from people who've said and from people who live there, this is a busy intersection, busy interstate. It's a major interstate or what have you. And nobody knows how this happened or why it happened. Then there's, I always got to do air quotes because we don't know what's real and what isn't. There's a supposed eyewitness that apparently made the phone call to the police because he was concerned at how Haskins, or at that point he didn't know who it was, he was just a guy kind of wandering on I-595. I keep wanting to say I-95. But so he's like, hey, somebody should get out here because he's kind of wandering into the lane, yada, yada, yada. He's concerned. They said the call was recorded at 6:31, and then they reported the accident occurring at 6:37. That alone is eerie. Because imagine you, as the one making that call, having a concern, and the worst happens. Eerie. So you feel for that guy. It's tough. So then my mind really starts to wander. first question I have, what was he doing? And that's going to eat me up until more information come out, because I want you guys to bear with me on this, because again, I'm just trying to let you know how I process information and how I try to use educated guess and things like that. First thing that comes to mind, if it's not accidental, meaning you're standing on the side of the road and you don't see, you're fixing a tire or something like that. This has happened. My father-in-law, right? My wife's father, when he was still living in New York, pulled on the side of the road. He was on a bridge somewhere in the Bronx, I think. Helps a lady, gets hit by a car, shoots him up in the air. Boom. Kind of messed up his back and his knee, but he survived it or what have you. When stuff like that happens, it's unfortunate, but it happens. You don't know it's coming, or the car veers off the road, whatever reason. But then you ask yourself as a grown-up, right? How difficult is it for you to be hit by a vehicle if you're intentionally crossing the street? You guys understand what I'm saying? I have crossed super busy intersections and things like that as an adult. I wait my time. I don't try to beat a car. None of that. Take my time. And I'm probably not going to get hit unless the driver of that vehicle does something unruly, but again, in most cases it's not going to happen because I'm waiting for it to be clear before I proceed. So that's the first thing that crossed my mind. I'm like, how did this happen? Because, people are saying, oh, he was trying to cross the highway, but we're talking about a dump truck. So my mind just wanders, like, how does this happen? And I'm not going to go down the road and say all of the stuff that I'm thinking, because, again, I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying, but my mind starts wandering. It could be a couple different possibilities. And none of that actually matters. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But again, I'm just a curious person. So then my mind started going to, man, imagine if he didn't see it. It's just, but my first question was, how? If it's reported the way they're saying it. Then I want to know, was he in a car? Did the car break down? Some people reported the car ran out of gas. I'm like, no. That's kind of hard to believe too. I mean, he's 24 years old. He's not a kid. I'm thinking if he's going to the airport or whatever, he needs gas. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. Then the caller said they didn't see a car nowhere in his vicinity. So now I'm like, if the news comes out from the investigation that there was zero issues with the car, now my mind really goes somewhere else. And like I said, none of that matters. It's just, I'm giving you guys a peek behind the curtain of how I think. Like, wow, how did this happen? Now let's talk about the worst of it. This man is 24 years old. 24 years old, and he seemed to have such a wonderful time the day before. You see the video up there of him posting with Najee, playing with Najee. Najee thought he was looking clean in his outfit. You saw the raw emotion that Chase Claypool shared, and you start thinking about all of that. Wow. You got to think and pray for them. How, because that affect your psyche. I was just with him last night. May have just been with him this morning. And for it to be a tragic ending like that, that doesn't go away. It doesn't go away soon. Sometimes it never goes away. Unfortunately, I could say I've witnessed things like that with someone significantly close to me. A tragedy like that doesn't go away. These guys are young too. You know, when you're in your early 20s, you're called kids. These guys are kids. How does that affect them? Claypool, Najee, Kendrick Green. It was quite a few of the offensive team out there. How does it affect Mitch Trubisky, who invited them? You think some guilt don't creep in? And this is why I said I'm not allowing any slander. See, Debbie, I just saw your comment. Yeah, and we could talk about this offline. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I just use this sometimes. And I imagine if it's something wild like that, how does that affect everything? But, man, this is... Well, how y'all think Mike Tomlin feels? Boy, what stuff you have to deal with. Nobody expects anything like that. Now you got to galvanate your team and you got to somehow get back to work. The draft is coming up. What about that man's parents? His wife? And I say all that to say this, man. Look, I saw some real nasty things out there. I don't even want to associate myself with those type of humans that got negative things to say about this kid in his passing. You just a fan. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all for a second, and then I'll move on. I'll get to the calls. I was disgusted by some SteelerNation people this weekend. Disgusted. I couldn't believe it. Cause dog, when I take this shirt off and you rip all of this skin off, you know what's in there? It's a heart. It's bigger than this logo, their team that I don't work for, that doesn't pay me. There's no way I'm that much of a fan that I can't even respect somebody in death. That to me is nuts. And I don't like associating with those type of folk. I'm very particular with the company that I keep. And that's why you guys see me in here sometimes say, oh, I'll just block somebody. Because it don't mean that much to me to have that view, that like. I don't care about none of that. I'm me through and through. This is not a YouTube personality. This is me. And I don't want to say this for sure, but I think that's why some people appreciate who I am, because this ain't an act. And I always said that from the day I started YouTube. I'm going to just be myself. I'm not going to do any of the antics. This the real me. So some of you guys that I know actually live in York, and if we actually get a chance to catch a game together at Permanis or something, y'all gonna see. You're gonna see exactly who I am in real life. Is who y'all looking at right now. So that's why I said, if I see any of that in the comments, later for you, man. I don't need that. that ain't worth a view. It was disgusting, SteelerNation. I got to tell y'all, man. I saw some, and Gil Brandt. Wow. Dude. And Adam Schefter, you got to get a little bit of that too. Because I know you were doing your job, but you ain't have to talk about the man. We ain't have to talk about him as a football player and the immediate learning of his passing. Stop. That is nasty. And I refuse to allow the internet to turn me into that. just to entertain. And here's another reason, guys, and I'm going to get off this, but this is another reason why y'all didn't hear from me until tonight. Because I won't doing no disrespect to nobody else. I even saw Moats and all them other people doing it, and I'm not saying it was for ill intention or not. But I was not going to profit off of that man's name on Saturday, on Sunday, when it was fresh. And the only reason why I'm doing it tonight, because this is a show that I do on a weekly basis, and I know y'all want to hear about it. But I refuse to have made a video on Saturday talking about breaking news. No. That's the type of cloth I'm cut from. I won't doing that because I know the views gonna go through the roof and no. I wasn't doing that. So some of you guys hit me up on DMs and private messages saying, "Hey man, are you gonna talk about?" And this is the reason why y'all are just hearing about it now. I wasn't making no special video about I just got too much respect for that. So that's it, man. That's it. But all right, man, listen, let's get to the phone calls, bro. Maybe we can lighten the mood a little bit, man. But again, rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, man. Terrible news. Terrible news. And at the moment, man, I mean, we can talk about it, but at the moment, y'all notice I didn't talk about the vacant QB position. None of that really matters to me right now. It's a valid conversation to have, but I'm at least just going to allow that respect. We'll get to that in another week. But some things are bigger than just being a sports fan. All right, man. First in the queue, our good buddy, Mr. Winningham, area code 803. What you got for us? Good. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Done very well. He did very well for his coming on the team. He came in with the right attitude, and he also worked within the community. Only remembering all good things, not giving any energy to people like Adam Scheffner and Gil Brandt. That was just disgusting. But I'm just hoping that, once again, this team can galvanize and come together through this time. It really does hurt. I remember as a freshman at Norfolk State years ago, we lost a teammate. I don't want to go into what happened to him, but that was a tough time because it happened right at the end of 2 days. I hope everybody have a great weekend. Let's, think about the Haskins family, and everybody have a blessed week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Mr. Winningham. Appreciate that, man. I didn't know you played in VA at one point of your life, man, down in Norfolk State. That's what's up. My nephew, man, actually graduating from there next month. I had a close friend of mine went there. His whole family went there, and of course, when I was still, out there and younger and a single man living in Richmond, I frequent Norfolk State and ODU and all of them quite often because, those things that we call eye candy were definitely out there. Like I said, guys, trying to lighten the mood a little bit. But yeah, guys, my bad, man. Y'all didn't hear him. That's my fault. I had the browser turned off. My bad. I didn't see it until late. So hopefully you guys heard the last part of it. The gist of what he was saying was just, giving his respects and, praise to Dwayne Haskins and kind of speaking on how the team has dealt with a lot of tragedy in the last couple years, man. I mean, you go back to Coach Drake, I think Coach, why can't I think of his name now? Garrett, the linebacker coach, his wife, I think, passed last year, and Stephon too, his brother. I mean, just it's been some tragedy, man. So again, man, tough job for the head coach as well as the organization, man. They kind of keep, these young men focused and, just a lot. All right, let's move to the next one, man. Area code 951. What you got for us?
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. I'll make it quick. So my first question to you is, man, regarding Mr. Trubisky, all the highlights and game film I see of him, man, it looks like, we picked him up because he's able to be mobile with his feet. The only question I have for you guys is, how do you think that'll affect our receivers, as far as it stands with Deontay and Chase Claypool? It looks like the receivers drafted some solid offensive linemen pick up to help us in the run game, but are you confident that Mr. Trubisky is going to be able to make the most and to use Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson, especially, in the passing game? The second thing I have is regarding Tyrann Mathieu, man. I mean, I think if the Steelers do sign him, if they do, I think he could benefit us for sure. But the question is either him or Mika going to be willing to take one or the other position? Is someone going to say, hey, I'll stay up close, and the other one going to say, hey, I'll stay back? If they're both willing to take a certain role, it'll be good for the Steelers. But if both of them are like, man, I'm not getting paid to do this, then it's not worth really picking them up. And that's all I got, man. Thanks for having my call.
Oh, man, you made some phenomenal points, 951, and I'm going to hit on both of them. Let me hit on the Minka and Tyrann first so I don't forget. Excellent point, because you all remember, and again, Minka has grown since then, but remember why Minka wasn't so satisfied in Miami? They said they didn't play him the way he wanted to be played at all times. He wanted to be a free safety. Remember, that was the whole talk about whether when he came to the Steelers, would he be willing to move? He's made it clear that he prefers to be the free safety. So my man makes a great point. What if, Tyrann feels the same way? Like, nah, man, I want to play deep. And then if Tyrann Mathieu has ball skills as well, and then the Steelers are using Minka more in the box, does he get disgruntled? That is a great point. Another great point you made, man, was about Mitch Trubisky and the receivers. And what's very interesting about that? What could very well happen? Again, this is not a direct comparison to Mitch Trubisky. I'm just giving giving you guys a season to compare where you'll understand my point. Remember when Ben went down and it was Rudolph and Duck Goose, playing quarterback, and Juju Smith-Schuster's production went way down? Could be the same situation in a contract year for Deontay Johnson with Mitch Trubisky. Not because Mitch Trubisky can't, won't throw the ball, but it sounds like the Steelers would be more run heavy with a mobile quarterback, more RPO action, things like that. That could limit the amount of times that we're taking shots downfield. That could limit some wide receiver production. So I look at it from that standpoint, 951, could be interesting. Maybe Claypool doesn't hurt as much because Claypool's going into his third season, so we still have him for another. But it could definitely hurt Deontay Johnson. But at the same time, maybe they benefit with more big plays off of play action. But those are great points, man. But that would be my early assessment, is it might hurt their production, because I think the Steelers are definitely going to run the ball more, especially with the investments they made in the offensive line, interior guys. So, yeah, man, that's a great point. Great point. Oh, man, we got another donation, man. Kev, so fun. Round of applause. Kev, so fun, man. Been giving us that, like my boy K Spade would say, giving us that lunch money here lately. Thank you for that. He says, Sim, my bad, I'm late to your stream. Dwayne Haskins died in an accident. Shocked me when I first heard. I'm glad Adam Schefter and Gil Brandt apologized. Clear things up about their take on the interview. May he rest in peace. Yes, man. Very unfortunate. And I'm going to keep y'all informed of another thing that I think about quite often when it comes to apologies. Sometimes apologies just go in one ear out the other. I do believe an apology can be sincere. Maybe I would believe Adam Schefter's a little more in this situation because, again, Adam Schefter was really just being Adam Schefter. I know some people hate or love him too, but his wasn't as flagrant, even though I feel like you don't talk about his struggles in this very text that you're talking about. He died. So come on, Adam, you need one of these. You need a little tap. Like, come on, man, get your mind right. But Gil Brandt need one of those. He straight disrespected him. Your apology? Nah, we cool with that. There's nothing to apologize for. You meant everything you said. Sorry. I don't need that apology. That's just how I get down. Sometimes when it's super flagrant, you knew it was flagrant when you said it, did it, whatever the infraction is, you knew the gravity of that. So don't come apologizing now. Go somewhere with that. That's just me. All right, man. We got 2 more calls. The first one is area code 505. What you got for us?
Hey, what's up, Sim? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I just want to. It was a very tragic death. I was at work when I got the news. It was. The whole room just kind of died down with it. Yeah. We were all having fun, joking around, and then all of a sudden, that all came out and everything, and the energy just died immediately. It just goes to show, just be thankful every day for something. Find something to be thankful for. Always check in on your friends, family, whatever, because you never know what's going to happen or what's going on in their brain. And a part of me with the story that's kind of eating me alive is, why are you walking across the interstate?
Yes.
It's not, you just went to go train with your teammates that morning. So like, I doubt he was drinking. You know what? Like, I'm not even gonna go there. All I want to say is just be thankful and just thank God or whoever you believe in. All due respect for every day you have. That's all I got, Tim. Thanks for taking my call.
Man, thanks for calling. And let me just say, 505, I might have an idea where you might be going. It might be the same place where I'm going. And again, I'm not going to fully go there, guys, because I don't want to put out any type of narrative or anything like that. But I'm just saying, sometimes when you sit in your thoughts and you rationalize things, you start developing possibilities. That's all I'm going to say. 505 made a great point, too, when he said, I doubt he was, drinking or something at that time of morning. He had just... My mind just goes to 1 or 2 other scenarios, and I hope not. If by chance one of these scenarios is found to be true, I will come on, or whenever we know all of the facts, I promise y'all I will tell y'all where my mind was going. But right now, I'm not going to do it, even though I'm not the big bad journalist. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to put out a narrative. And like 505 said, man, find something to be thankful for, man, each and every day. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Fix some things that is in your control that you can be in control of. And let me explain that really quick, and then I'll grab the last call. Something that I can honestly say that I need to do better. And I don't do it on purpose, but I'm bad sometimes with returning a call. Let me explain. Say I'm doing the show right now. I get a call from someone. And my mind goes, all right, I'll hit them back. Right? Clear the phone out. Go upstairs, do whatever I'm doing. And I've cleared out the call so it no longer shows as a notification. I go do something else. I go to bed. The next morning I start working. Before I know it, 3 days done passed. I still ain't called a person back. Still ain't text them back. And I can own up to that and say I got to do a better job with that. Because sometimes it's cousins that I ain't talked to in a while and stuff like that. And that you can't do that, man. You can't do that. And again, I'm not even doing it on purpose, but I'm going to put the onus on myself to make sure you don't do that. When somebody call, answer that call if you can. Or make it your business. All right, man, I'm going to hit them back when I'm done doing this. And don't forget, because you just never know, man. You never know with this crazy world. You never know. But all right, man, last call of the night. Area code 937. What you got for us?
Hey, Sam, SteelerNation. What's up, man? Can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
It's your boy, Johnny, man. And, of course, shout out to, man, Dwayne Haskins and his family and his mother, his father. I think about his mother and his father. From my understanding, he was very close to his sister. And then the extended family members, man, just, you know, I didn't even think about us and our situation at the Steelers. You know, I didn't think about that. I think about the pain that they must be going through.
Yeah.
And just shout out, and if they can hear me and hear this podcast, just all the love goes out and support. And the young man he was beautiful. He had a beautiful smile. You know, he just had a natural smile about him, man. And, you know, and from what I hear, he was very likable. He was a locker room glue, if you will, in a short period of time with us, man. And my heart is broken, bro. I shed a few tears on that one, man. I just hope. Hey, Sam, am I the last caller, brother?
Yeah.
You're going to give me a couple minutes there. You always say the last caller get a little more time.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I'm trying to lighten things up too, Sam, because it is sad. I am hurting. I'm shaking because we've been Steelers fans, most of us, since I was a toddler. Literally, I was 4 years old. I looked at that TV and I said, "That's my team. That's my team." And when that happens, you fall in love, literally. And when they hurt, we hurt. When they enjoy, we enjoy. It's Steelers family. I'm the type of brother, if I see somebody with a Steelers anything on, he might just be wearing a T-shirt. I'm going to come up to you.
Yep.
So my point is that we love the Steelers and we feel everything. And but more importantly, number one is just the loss of a child. Because I'm old enough where he could have been my child. And it is sad. With that, I think about this too also, Sam, because you know what the situation was. Mitch is for real, it looks like. We can talk about a little football, just a little. I almost feel guilty talking about football, bro. But Mitch invited him down to his crib down there in Florida, you know, in order to, you know, bond and, of my understanding, barbecue and, you know, do a little workout. My point is, I hope he don't, because I understand this, losing family members and murders and deaths and foolishness. I hope he don't feel guilty. See, with a human being, it can happen like that. Oh, I wish I would go bite him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm thinking about that aspect too. You feel me, brother? So I'm hoping he doesn't go there, man. But we'll bond together. As Mr. Thomas says, we are a resilient group. The team is resilient. There's no team like the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no organization. I love it. I love it. With all my heart, man. I am crazy Steeler with it. I got the tattoo on my chest, brother. I'll show it to y'all one day. I'm a crazy Steelers fan. But I am broken, man. And last but not least, man, thank you. I was hoping, I was telling Miss Angie, I was like, I hope that Sam do something Tuesday so we can call in, because this gives us an outlet, brother. Because this is really painful. If you love the Steelers, if you're any kind of decent human being, this should affect you. This should wake you up. This young man is terrible. But, not, you know. So I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you, man, for giving us a voice. I guess that's it, man. And then I guess we'll holler next week, man. And I love you guys. I love you. I can say that. I don't have no problem with that. I really do, man. I'm like, man, I miss talking to Sam. I miss, seeing the chat. And then this happens, and this is what we have to discuss, Guess I just say peace and love. Everybody, be aware. Take care of yourselves. And we'll bond together. And I hope to see, and I believe we'll see, number 3 on the back of everyone's helmet this coming up season. And I believe we'll use that passion to represent him.
Oh, yeah.
I guess all I got to say. Peace and love, man. You want to say something, or I'm going to let you go?
Yeah, man. Definitely, Johnny. We appreciate you, man. I'm going to go ahead and say this while you're still on. I muted it, but you can still hear me. You're becoming like Mr. Winningham in this regard. That the guys that come on with that wisdom and, I like to say that grown man talk. So we appreciate you as much as you may appreciate me, as much as you appreciate the chat. Listen, man, and I know you know this because I can hear it when we talk. Real people can recognize real people just by talking. You know what I mean? So salutes to you, man. Again, with one of those, like Mr. Winningham, you guys are those words of wisdom that we all look forward to hearing. And like you said, man, that's a real man talking right there. He said he shed a few tears. Listen, people sometimes be like, I don't understand that. You ain't know him. Nah, but when you're a human, you can relate. You heard what he said. He thought about his parents. He thought about his sister. He thinks about his wife. And it's sad. It's sad, man. Like I was really in my feelings a little bit on Saturday, man. I was emotional about it. Like, dang, I've been 24 years old, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, it looked like the man was having a good time the day before that. And it's just like that. So, yeah, it's a tough situation for SteelerNation, man. No question. It's tough. It's tough. Like he said, if you love the team the way you do, you feel the hurt. Just everybody involved, man. Even think about even like Ben. Ben, I'm sure looks back and say, man, not the young kid. It's tough. It's a tough one. It's really a tough one, man. And yeah, man. God bless the family. God bless him. I did see Antoine Antoine had a donation, so let me just give the round of applause and read his comment. Thank you, brother, for the donation. He says, I'm late, Sim, but prayers for Dwayne's family. Happy early birthday to you and Kenyon. Aries for life. Absolutely. Aries for life. Appreciate that, man. And again, if you guys don't know, myself and Kenyon both celebrating birthdays this week. Excuse me. Kenyon's birthday is tomorrow, the 13th. Mine is the 15th, which is Friday. So listen, it's what I do each and every year. And God willing, I'll do the same thing on Friday. Give my thanks and blessings for seeing another year. This man's birthday was coming up in May. Didn't even make 25, man. So, yeah, man. Sad. Very sad. But all right, guys, I'll spend a few minutes here in the chat, man. Any other things you guys got, man? We'll just take a few of them here and see what you guys got. But absolutely extremely sad, man. We're getting a lot of birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Oh, word, Walter, yours is on the 19th. Okay, you just made it, huh? So happy early birthday to you as well. Henry Manuel says Aries gang. Okay, let me find out. We got some Aries in the building. What y'all got, man? Any other comments, questions, concerns? I thank everybody for keeping it decent here tonight, and I know all you real ones would. But I really appreciate that. Luca, is it Brazi or Brazi? Says, my birthday was on April 7th. Happy belated birthday. Shout outs to the Aries family. Kev So Fun says, Sim and Kenyon, what you think about Skylar Johnson? I watched YouTube name Goat House. Said he's underrated. I am actually not familiar with Skylar Johnson. You said Goat House. Okay, let me try to remember that name and I'll see if I can check that out. Hold on, why Diggy? Why Diggy too? Hold on, did I miss Diggy? Where's Why Diggy? Why Diggy, you an Aries brother as well? Hey, I missed the date, Why Diggy? Oh, okay. So Diggy not an Aries. He's outside of it, but it's all good. You're an April baby, so we'll take that. We'll take it. Honorary. It's funny, man, because sometimes Aries break down April Aries versus March Aries, and I find that to be hilarious. But yeah, man, anything else, guys? Anything else before I roll out? Yeah, that's right, Miss Debbie. His birthday is right there. Right there at the draft. Kenyon crazy. All right, man. I think that's it. I don't see any other real comments. So again, oh wait. Hold on. Somebody said something about UConn. I just saw it. Did I go up too far? Where was it? Now I lost it. Oh my gosh. There you go. Yes, Dex says, what about D lineman from UConn? Not familiar. But I'm glad you guys are giving me this information because again, this, I'm watching film right now on some of the guys I know, but not so much. I don't know everybody, so I'm kind of late to the party when it comes to college players. It's usually when I start seeing what positions are likely and draft visits, then I go do some real scouting. And then, just from my little scouting that I do during the year, some of these guys I'm familiar with, some of them not. Mr. ABS says, sorry, Sim, been in and out of the stream, fixing dinner for the family. That's what's up. Very honorable right there, brother. He says, but wonder how this tragedy will hit Trubisky. Unfortunate guilt being that he invited them down. Yeah, man, and Johnny said that too, and I'm glad you said it to remind me of that. I kind of said it a little earlier. I also hope he doesn't carry that guilt, man. Listen, like they say, and I don't know what everyone's belief is and who you pray to and all of that, but if you believe in the Lord and all of that, that's what they say. It's God's plan, We don't always have to agree with it, but when you understand that, you can't carry that guilt. He is going to carry it for a moment, though, no question about it. There's gonna be a what if, and I shouldn't have, and all of that. I'm sure he's going through it right now. But in time, he'll be able to understand it was nothing that wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault at all, man. But yeah, that's sure does, Cutboy 412. I wanted to say this earlier as well. It definitely shows the type of person Dwayne Haskins was. To go to an invite from a quarterback who more than likely is going to win the starting job over you, and to still go down there and work, that showed another level of character from him. Very admirable, man. And again, some people were saying, where was Mason Rudolph? We don't know. We don't know where he's at. Man, could be on vacation. However, in court of public opinion will say, where were you at? And Dwayne Haskins went. So it definitely did show the type of kid and man he was developing into, in my opinion. Little things like that to me show character. So that's how I view that. So it's just so unfortunate, man. I think we're going to be talking about this for a while because it's still just hard to believe. Wow, man. And like I said, yeah, real Missy. I think a lot of them are going to definitely have that survivor's guilt, man. Holy moly. That's all I can say. I mean, yeah. I did see, last thing I would say, I did see some of you guys say, how will this affect the draft? Like I said, I really don't want to, I don't want to disrespect Haskins in talking that way, but it may affect the draft a little more than expected, only because, again, we know the Steelers are going to be aggressive with, let me tell you how this might affect the draft. Steelers are more than likely we're going to draft a quarterback anyway. They said they would prefer to go into camp with 4 quarterbacks. Right now, because of, man, my God, it just kills me to even say this over and over and over, but because of Haskins' untimely passing, Steelers have 1 quarterback on the roster other than Mitch Trubisky as far as signed. It's only Mitch and Mason Rudolph. That leaves them with 2. Makes me feel like they're going to be even more aggressive getting a quarterback early on in the draft now, in case they have to go the undrafted free agents, route to get that 4th guy. I feel like with having Haskins, Mason, and Trubisky, you didn't have as much of a glaring need. Now, again, some of you guys are being like, well, it's not necessarily a need. He's not going to start. No. Again, think about what the Steelers wanted to do. They want to go into camp with 4. They were already saying more than likely the 4th was coming via draft. So now you take 1 away. You might really be like, oh, we got to get one of these guys for sure now. And your security in that and grabbing one of those guys early and then getting an undrafted free agent for your 4th. Whereas if unfortunately, if Dwayne Haskins didn't pass, you could have sat on your hands a little bit and be like, you know what, we're not going to stretch. We'll just grab us an undrafted free agent quarterback or one of those other dudes that's expected to go later in the draft. Like some of them other quarterbacks that are coming out that nobody's talking about. And maybe you would have felt more comfortable with just grabbing one of those dudes because you had some veteran guys. The top 3 were already vets. See what I'm saying? So I think, if anything, that's where it would affect the draft, not necessarily affecting the intention to get a quarterback. I think they were doing that anyway, but I think now it definitely puts a little more onus and more focus on it. So, but like I said, I really don't. Yeah, I really don't want to talk like that, man, because I just don't want to disrespect Haskins and, allow this week to still be about that. And then, back to more football next week. Lee says, Sim, do you make the beats that I'm hearing in the background? Yes, I do. That one that you're hearing right there, I made that one like 2-3 weeks ago. I got a whole bunch of other ones too I haven't played yet. I like to feature them here for you guys. The real Missy says, I cried because he was a few years older than my son and no parent should have to bury their child. I'm praying that they all get the strength to get through this difficult time. Amen. The real Missy. I can't even fathom it. I just can't. I can't. And that's how in sync me and my wife both are. Like when we saw that news, I looked right at her and said, I can't. And she knew exactly what I was talking about, being as that we have a child. I can't. That's all I'm going to say. But all right, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Y'all know what I'm going to tell y'all, man. First thing I'm going to say is, where is it? Oops. Well, looks like it's not working. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, as well as turn on your notifications. The last thing I'm going to tell you is what I always tell you guys. Please, please, please stay safe. Say hi and hello and I love you to your loved ones. Do the best you can to be safe out here, man. Be aware. Blessings and prayers to the people affected by the New York incident today in the Brooklyn subway. My God. Man. Crazy world, man. It is really a crazy world. But again, love you guys. I really mean that. I really, really mean that. So I will see you guys soon. If there's any news that breaks this week worthy of talking about, that's not a tragedy, I will pop up. And again, I explained to you guys why I didn't pop up with the Haskins news, because I just didn't think it was appropriate. If there's anything else, Tyrann Mathieu, Terrell Edmonds, another signing, anything else, I will pop up. If not, you know where to find me next Tuesday, Terrible Towel Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'll see you then. So, all right, guys, take care. God bless, and good night. Peace. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all still with me? Hold on. Y'all still with me? Let me make sure y'all still here. Hold on. Confirm that you guys are still here before I go. Man, Debbie just reminded me. I'm going to stay here for a second to see if y'all here. I totally forgot. It slipped my mind again, Miss Debbie. Are y'all still here? Because I know it's a little delayed. So let me wait for a minute and see if y'all still here. Okay, y'all still here. All right. Hold on. Miss Debbie, if you're still here, please help explain this in the chat. Really quick, we cannot forget, Miss Debbie has an idea, and I think we want to get to it next week. We're going to call it Stumping for Your Guy. Stumping for your guy. You're going to campaign for your guy. Campaign for who you think the first round pick should be. And what we're going to do, we're going to vote on it. I will pull in Debbie. I will pull in the other ladies, Kenyon, Tony. We will vote based on you guys' replies on who the winner will be. The winner will have the opportunity, I'm saying it like it's something special, but the winner will have the opportunity to come on the show the night of the draft. And we'll bring you on. Maybe we'll bring you on after the pick or maybe before the pick, give you a little segment. But what we were going to do here are basically the rules or the submissions. And this is all coming from Debbie. I'm telling you, them ladies is something else. The criteria will be how well they are familiar, they being you, how well you are familiar with the player, school, position, stats, tangible and intangible attributes. Another criteria will be how will this player fit into the team, whether it's position group and overall team. The last criteria will be what about this player sets them apart from other players in the draft at that position. So again, what we are going to ask you guys to do
90 seconds.
Oh, let me cut off Blog Talk. Let me cut that off. Hold on. Call in next week, or if you don't call in, feel free to send this information via email. SimFBallCritic@gmail.com. All right? But what we need you to do is, again, stump for your guy. Pounding the table, but we're going to call it stumping for your guy. You're just putting your foot down. Those who will win, or the person that wins will be the one. Is it still talking? Did y'all hear that? Hold on. Where's Blog Talk? Get out of here. The person that will win will be the one who's the more familiar with their player, school, position, stats, tangibles, and intangible attributes. The one who can explain how the player best fits in the position group and overall team, and who can also provide what about that player will set them apart from other players in their position. Whoever gives the best answers to those will be the winner. We'll bring you on the night of the show. Right now, we know it's going to be myself and Kenyon, maybe Tony, and maybe some of the ladies. That's going to be the draft show. Live draft show. All right? And if you guys want to do that, send an email. Let us know. Or call next week, and I will have that special segment available for that moment. All right? That's all I wanted to say. Now I can get out of here. Sorry about that, guys. So if y'all missed it, hopefully you see it on the replay. But anyway, I'm gone this time for real. Peace. Thank you again, Debbie.